So just because a policy is simplified issue and does not require a medical exam does not mean that that insurance company is not going to do underwriting on that proposed insured. Welcome to the Final Expense Sales Academy, the hub for mastering the art of final expense life insurance sales. If you're looking to become a pro in the final expense industry, you're in the right place. My name is Kyle Williams, and I'm your host to go through the ins and outs of the final expense business, from tips to tricks to industry insights. We cover everything you need to close deals with confidence, provide true value to your clients, and become a better insurance agent. So hit that subscribe button. Let's get started on elevating your sales game one video at a time. Hey guys, in this episode, we're going to talk about the 3 tools that insurance companies use to determine eligibility in a simplified issue insurance product. So just because a policy is simplified issue and does not require a medical exam does not mean that that insurance company is not going to do underwriting on that proposed insured. The insurance companies use 3 different tools to help determine eligibility and avoid doing a medical exam. In this video, we're going to break them down. So by knowing and understanding the 3 different tools that insurance companies use for simplified issue insurance policy, it can help you become a better field underwriter to determine eligibility and assist your client in going to the right carrier. So the 3 different tools that insurance companies use are prescription checks, Medical Information Bureau database, MIB, and the medical diagnosis data. Now let's break down each one of these so that way you have a better understanding of what each does. So prescription checks. So what they're doing is they're using a couple different vendors, and what they're looking at is the prescription history of the individual from anywhere between 5 and 10 years back, because the prescription history tells the insurance company what medical conditions that they have, because you take medications for medical conditions, and they receive that data by the pharmacy benefit manager data when they get their prescriptions filled. Medical Information Bureau database. This is a database that insurance companies use to report underwriting on prior life insurance policies. So if anybody's ever had a life insurance policy, that data goes to the Medical Information Bureau database, MIB. Medical diagnosis data. The insurance company will use some vendors to see what diagnosis codes are filed by each doctor on their health insurance for treatment that they received when they saw their doctor. So knowing each one of these, how each one of these 3 play a role in most insurance carriers, now you can understand how to determine eligibility to move forward and getting the client the best policy by looking at what you're looking at. So knowing their playbook can help the underwriting while you're with the client. So here are some examples as I break down each one of them. So for prescription checks, knowing the medications that they're on and what they're taking will help you know which company to apply them with. So knowing the underwriting guidelines with the carrier and their tolerance towards different medications plays a big role. Now, you can't know this stuff from day one. This just comes from time and experience. Read the underwriting agent guide, and that will help you, but you'll also just learn their product by the more you write it and the more stuff that you encounter. So medications can be used for all kinds of different things. So take, for instance, gabapentin. Gabapentin can be used for a lot of different things. It can be used for nerve pain, like sciatica in your back, which is usually not a big deal with insurance companies. It can be used for seizures, which some carriers care about it, some carriers don't. It can be used for diabetic neuropathy, which a lot of carriers care about because it's a complications to diabetes. So knowing what the medications can be used for helps greatly, and then understanding that carrier's appetite towards that medication helps out tremendously as well. For MIB, if they have any prior insurance policies at all, understanding that if an agent ever marked yes to an application, be ready to overcome that hurdle with that insurance company, because they're going to pull that data from MIB. So understanding how that works will help you tremendously. Now, medical diagnosis data. This is a tough one. This is one that we cannot really get a good complete picture on when we're with the client, other than asking what the doctors diagnosed them with. So insurance companies have recently started using this. This is relatively new within the last several years. and sometimes it can clear up some confusion in the MIB and in the prescription database. And that's why they use it, because theoretically, whatever the doctor is coding them for diagnosis to bill to the insurance is technically what's wrong with them. But that's not always the case. The problem with it is a lot of times doctors will what they call upcode, and they will code for different conditions so that way they get reimbursed more money from health insurance. So it's a good and bad process, but that's some of the things that the insurance companies use, and they know these things. So understanding how your carriers come to approval on a level, graded, or declined decision, you have to understand what they're looking at to determine eligibility. So I hope this video helps clear up some things that maybe you were unsure about of how the process works on the back end in the underwriting process. If you have any questions, comment below. Be sure to subscribe so that way you catch all our latest content. If you receive something valuable here, share it with your friends, share it on social media, and we'll see you in the next episode.